$1,000 a month in most places barely covers rent and groceries, then the budget is done. But in this video, it covers more than survival. These are 10 countries where $1,000 can realistically buy a comfortable apartment, daily meals out, a few weekend moves, and still leave a buffer. None of them are perfect. Each one comes with a real drawback: visa friction, rough seasons, shaky healthcare, or gaps in infrastructure. And number one is not just the cheapest. It is the best mix of cheap, convenient, great food, and easy day-to-day logistics. All right, let's start the countdowns. Number 10, Mexico. Mexico makes sense when the month starts as a day. A normal day outside resort zones can look like $12 in meals from markets and small restaurants, $3 on metro and buses, and $18 for a basic private room or simple studio. That is $33, a pace that lands near $1,000 across a month. To pin it down, $500 for rent in a practical neighborhood in a city like Merida or Puebla, $280 for food, $30 for local transport, $60 for utilities and internet, and the rest becomes the buffer for museums and weekend buses. The trade-off is pricing whiplash. Beach zones and tourist cores can double the daily burn with no warning. Number 9, Colombia. People living in Medellin usually say the same thing. The budget is decided by where the apartment is, not by what someone eats. A workable month often starts with $550 for rent in a safe, quiet area near transit, then $30 for metro and buses. Food stays controlled at about $280 if it mixes groceries with fixed-price lunch spots. That leaves space for a few paid activities without crossing $1,000. Colombia's breakpoint is movement. Too many short hops coast one weekend, coffee region the next, then another city, adds flights and ride-hails that quietly eat the buffer. Number 8, Turkey. Turkey feels affordable through daily infrastructure. Bakeries, markets, soup shops, and public transit that locals use all day. Food can realistically sit at $300 for the month with street meals and groceries. Transit can stay around $50 using a city card instead of constant taxis. The big line is rent. $650 can cover a normal one-bedroom outside tourist zones, and bills plus internet can land near $100. Turkey works when spending stays in small, repeatable purchases. It stops working when the month turns into tourist dining and ride-hailing for every move. Number 7, Georgia. Georgia earns its spot because the boring costs do not spiral. Internet works, basic services stay priced for locals, and the setup friction is low compared to many places. A typical month can look like $450 for a one-bedroom in Tbilisi, $90 for utilities and solid internet, $250 for food, and $20 for transport. That leaves a meaningful buffer inside $1,000. The downside is consistency. Heating costs can jump in cold months, and outside the main cities the convenience drops fast. Number 6, Philippines. The Philippines runs like two different countries depending on timing. Off-season, the budget behaves. Peak season, islands start charging like they know someone flew across the world. In a steady base such as Cebu, a long-stay room can sit at $350. Food can land around $300. Local transport often stays near $50. Utilities and internet can take $100. That keeps the month inside $1,000 with some room left. The problem is logistics. Every extra ferry, domestic flight, and tour package pulls from the buffer fast. This country rewards longer stays in one base, not constant island hopping. Number 5, Thailand. Thailand is where the budget feels full, because day-to-day costs stay predictable, especially food. A month of eating out frequently can still land around $300 if it stays local. Rent can hold around $500 in Chiang Mai or a practical Bangkok neighborhood. Transport can sit near $60 using trains and buses, and utilities plus internet can run $100. The trade-off is how easy it is to overspend without noticing. Tourist islands, nightlife-heavy areas, and constant short flights are the fastest way to burn the buffer. Number 4, Indonesia. Indonesia's budget starts with the route. Java, Bali, Lombok, moving is cheap when it is planned and expensive when it is improvised in tourist corridors. In a Java base like Yogyakarta, rent can land around $350. Food can sit near $250 with warung meals and groceries. Local transport can run $40 using ride-hailing sensibly. Utilities and internet can be $90. That leaves space for weekend moves. The drawback is hotspot pricing. Bali can still fit 1,000, but only if the housing is outside the premium strips and the month avoids constant paid tour. Number 3. Laos. Laos keeps the budget low because the week does not demand constant spending. Many of the best hours cost almost nothing: markets, temples, river evenings, walks. A workable month can look like $300 rent, $220 for food, $60 for transport, and $70 for utilities and internet. That leaves a buffer without forcing the month into cooking every meal mode. The trade-off is speed and convenience. Laos stays cheap partly because everything is slower, and choices are fewer once someone leaves the main towns. Number 2 is Cambodia. Cambodia sounds like a deal on paper, and it can be, if rent stays normal. In Phnom Penh, a comfortable apartment outside the premium expat blocks can sit around $400. Food can be the biggest daily spend at about $350 if eating out is frequent. Transport can stay near $40 with tuk-tuks and short rides. Utilities and internet can be $100. The catch is the upgrade trap. New building, best location, full service. Rent jumps quickly and the 1,000 plan stops being realistic. Number 1. Vietnam's. Vietnam ranks first because it is not just cheap, it is cheap and easy to run day to day. The month works without constant negotiation. Daily spending stays small. Meals and drinks can realistically sit around $12 a day without trying hard. On the monthly side, rent can hold around $500 in Da Nang or a practical Hanoi district, food around $280, local transport around $40. That still leaves a buffer for weekend trips and paid sites. The warning is simple: premium buildings and constant tour change the math immediately. But when the base is chosen well, Vietnam stays the best mix of cheap, convenient, great food, and easy logistics. That's the list: 10 places where $1,000 isn't just survival, if the plan is realistic. Which one would you actually pick? Mexico, Colombia, Turkey, Georgia, the Philippines, Thailand, Indonesia, Laos, Cambodia, or Vietnam? And for the next video, should it be a 2 to 12 week travel budget or a 3 to 12 month living budget? If this helped, like the video, share it, subscribe, and drop your pick in the comments.